All right. Hi, everybody. This is Jennifer, and I have a very, very special guest with me today. It is my mom. This is kind of awesome. It's something I never dreamed I'd be doing with her, but I also never dreamed I'd move across country either, and look at me. So anyway, before we get started, I want to invite my local friends, family, and customers to come see me this Saturday, the 27th. I will be at the Bridgeport Conference Center. It's the Holistic Health and Wellness Fair, and it'll be from 10 o'clock a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you're in the neighborhood and want to come by and see me, I would love to meet up with you and help you in any way I can. So disclaimer to begin with, we are not doctors. We will do our best to refrain from using any language that we shouldn't use, i.e. disease names, in order to stay compliant. It is difficult to remember, but we will do our best. So anyway, this is my mom, and we're just going to share with you how I turned my mom into a cannabis believer, and she's just going to share a little bit of her story. I got to give her major kudos because she's just stepping out of her comfort zone, working on IT things that I never dreamed she'd be doing, and but she's figuring it all out. So how is my sound coming across? I had issues with sound last week. Am I doing all right?
It's good for me.
Okay. All right. We'll hope that it's good. So without further ado, this is my mom, Maureen. So welcome.
Hi, I'm Maureen, and I'm in Colorado. And it used to be me telling her to watch her mouth. But today, she gets to tell me to be careful. We don't recommend speaking about diseases, and I'm going to try and be careful. Colorado, of course, has been in the cannabis world probably longer than any state I've heard of. And so it's been an uprising for years here, with everybody jumping on board, but I never learned much about CBD oil. Jen took me on quite a journey. This company teaches you to follow the leader, and I have been following my leader, my upline, Jennifer, and I have learned so much as she has done incredible research and set an example and taught not just myself, but everybody she comes in contact with. And that is the way to be a leader, because it makes me want to continue, makes me want to always follow what you're teaching and do what you ask. So I'm nervous about doing this video, but she asked me to do it, so here I am. I stole her loving my CBD, but it works out here in Colorado, and it has attracted a lot of attention when people read my t-shirt. Jen has gotten so many good decisions taken care of in my life that I have leaned on her for information, whether it be about health or other issues. And when she first showed me about cannabis, I didn't pay any attention to it because to me, cannabis was marijuana and CBD was still part of marijuana. I didn't understand it. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And I remember driving her after an MRI that I had. I actually was driving home, and she's playing these videos on her cell phone of Dr. Milgram and Dr. Allen. And I'm hearing things that I had never learned about before about the endocannabinoid system. It blew my mind. I thought, this is something big. This is something that's been released into our culture just briefly, just recently, that has really been in existence, hundreds and more years ago. So I loved hearing what I was hearing. I just knew I had to understand it better. My confusion really was helped when Jen sent me this picture. There's the confusion at the top, and there's the fact that cannabis is two separate cousins. It's two separate plants. CBD is 90% or more of the CBD, very little marijuana. And the marijuana plant is the opposite. It's almost all THC and very little CBD. And that was my bubble. She burst it, I understood, and it all started to make sense to me. And then she sent me a bottle. She sent me a bottle from West Virginia. My inflammation on both sides of my knee, the swelling that was going on, kept me from walking over a year and a half. I could not go upstairs. I had to give up my walks at the park and in my neighborhood that I love to do. And sleeping at night was really, really hard because that inflammation never let go. I'm not one to take over-the-counter medications, and I really hated doing that. So when I had the opportunity to try the bottle that she sent, I cannot believe how fast I got help. I know it doesn't happen super quickly all the time, but for me, first thing I noticed with our 750 product was that I could sleep so peacefully all night long. It changed the way my energy level was when I got up in the morning, and I started to be able to walk without that inflammation and burning going on both sides of my knee. I started to be able to go upstairs using both my legs, not just going right foot, right foot, right foot. That blew my mind that something could help my body heal itself and continue to heal. And I have never gone back to over-the-counter medications, not once. So when you feel that good, you sleep well, you have energy, it makes you want to share it with other people, just like a good book or a restaurant that you've enjoyed. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I started learning about what CBD was all about with my granddog, and what Jenny found. That's my nickname for my daughter. I'm allowed because I'm mom. And it made him stop hurting. So he wasn't having to be lifted in and out of her car, her SUV. And she said, "Mom, if this will help his hip dysplasia," and I didn't mean to say that, but it's a dog, it's not me. So she said, "Mom, maybe this will help you." And when she sent it to me, it absolutely came true. So the help for me, the sleep, I had an issue with another product. I burned my 2 fingers on a hot pizza stone that had olive oil on the surface. And you can imagine how hot olive oil gets. I put both fingers into the relief. This CBD product was just kind of a curious thing for me until that night. I put both fingers in it, kept the cream on my fingers, took all the burn, all the pain, and there was no blisters. That amazed me. And I never even repeated it. I didn't use it more than that one time. The next morning, my fingers had no reaction to those burns. That is a potent product. I love it. One of the things that I have had to deal with is, for lack of a better word, if you had a little electrical pains going off in your head, I call them prickles. I dealt with that because a few years ago, very few years ago, I was found to have a situation in my brain that I had to get rid of. And it was the size of a chicken egg. So it was really affecting my speech and my life all of a sudden. And although I didn't suffer from it and didn't seem to have any symptoms, you want to continue to make sense when you're talking to people. And I wasn't. I had an incredible surgery. Jen found my heroes in the brain surgeons that took me on. It was an emergency kind of surgery. It had to be done rather quickly because the growth was so big. So talk about research. There's my daughter again, doing incredible research and putting me in better hands, for lack of a better word, smarter surgeons than what I was signed up for or scheduled with. And so I highly follow her as my leader when she recommends something. It's like I say, it's been a journey. We've learned together. We've signed up people. We've gotten into the business. We've shared with everybody we know and love, and they either take it or they don't. That's fine. But a lot of people are having wonderful results. And I do want to say one thing I think that's helped me with my business and learning from my daughter is that she can tell you, I've never met a stranger. I am anxious to talk to anyone I run into. If they smile at me, they've got me. I smile back and I remark about, their pretty hair or the color of their sweater or what a gorgeous day it is. And that always seems to start a conversation. And I've had it happen so many times where somebody talks back to me, we communicate, we develop a little bit of a relationship, and I mean just very brief. And what is it that women like to ask each other, and men? But it's typical to say, what do you do? What do you do? That has happened so many times. And they reciprocate, what do you do, Maureen? And that's where I love to let them know I am in an industry now that I never dreamed I'd be in. I kind of shy away from the word cannabis so much anymore. And I just immediately bring up the CBD world because everybody is connecting in Colorado. Everybody knows how it is innovating all of our health food stores, our shops, vape shops, everywhere you go, CBD is right there in their marketing, in their pictures on their stores, their descriptions of what they carry. But what they're all missing are the things like Jen Kerr have taught me. It's another follow the leader thing. I have seen her video so many times that teaches me the difference between our products, our CBD products, and what is out on the market, and how people can tell you you're getting something pure that is jumbled up with all kinds of bad things in the bottle and tell you you're going to be fine, you're not going to have any effect. It is really sad. And it came to light for me not too long ago. I plant seeds about CBD with everybody that I can in every way that I can. And I had some of my CBD brochures at a little coffee shop, little luncheonette, and an electrician happened to pick up one of my brochures and my card in January. And this is beyond the middle of April. He called me, ended up enjoying our conversation, and he said, Maureen, in 5 minutes of talking, you have described all of the bad issues that are going on in my body since I bought CBD from someone who runs a brewery locally. I was in college with him, so I trusted him. And he said, I am shocked at how I watched him put this together. And in a barn is hanging all of these hemp leaves, and they are putting lacquer on furniture down below. And I just looked at him and I thought, oh my gosh, there's one for Jen Kerr and my daughter Jen to add to what they've heard. I mean, not only do they not take care of the plants when they're harvested, but then they let them hang and dry and get full of mold.
Yeah.
Whatever else happens to be manufactured in that building. And that product is sold on the shelf at the brewery where you get your growler filled with beer and you buy your cannabis. And they tell you it's wonderful, it's pure, and you're not going to have any side effects. And this electrician was sick day and night. And he finally realized maybe I'm not taking pure stuff. And that's when he called me. He is very happy to be on board. And he says, this was music to my ears. He said, I've got about 20 electricians that are going to want to know about this. So I said, give them my number. And so it's planting seeds. It's all about your passion to share. If everyone you meet is just a person to say hello to, it may lead to more opportunity to plant a seed with them. That question, what do you do, is so easy to talk to people about. So that's what I'm doing, Jen. I never stop. I have my signs on my car, Northern Colorado, NoCo, CBDoil.com. And people look at it, and now they see the shirt too. And my husband and I are walking through the park, and they stop me, want to know more. My husband's doing good, hasn't had gout since we got on the product 6 months ago. So there's another testimony. Oh, I did it. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're just doing real well. CBD has helped my husband too, and I couldn't ask for more. I love this business. I love the products. So Jen, you said I have to do a live. I did what my daughter told me to do, except that I said something I shouldn't, and I apologize.
You're fine. I didn't tell you have to. I asked you if you wanted to. Anyway, you did good, and it's been fun to watch just your passion for this whole thing ever since I brought up the crazy idea. And when I have new customers asking, well, how fast is this going to work for me? You're always my first example. I tell people that, my mom got relief in 48 hours, but on the other hand, I've got customers that it takes, a month or two even to really get to where they really feel fantastic. So
it's finding that sweet spot. It's finding that sweet spot, like we're learning from our other leaders, our team are telling us, the message that you got yesterday, I think you put it on Facebook.
I was just going to say, one of my favorite customers in this area, she got a hold of me yesterday and said, oh my gosh, I finally found my sweet spot. And for her, it was 9 drops in the morning and evening of 750. And she just raved about how incredible she feels. And she's an older gal that has had trouble getting around, and she's mopping her own floors. She's out walking in the hallways, and she couldn't be more excited. And that's the passion, or what you and I get so excited about, is just knowing that you can help people in a way that's natural and no side effects, and will just do so much good for them and their bodies. So anyway,
I only take 5 drops myself in the morning and at night. I didn't mention how much I took, and it really had to change. Once in a blue moon, I'll take a couple drops in the middle of the day if it's a real active day, real busy, or I think maybe I could use the extra help, then I'll do that. But usually it's just morning and night, 5 drops.
Right.
And I've had to change. So it was my sweet spot right off the bat.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's something very, very simple to add to your daily routine.
It is.
Yeah, very, very quick, and no big routine. So it's just awesome. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming on here today, Mom. And
you're welcome.
For tackling the IT newness and just doing awesome with it. So thank you for sharing your passion and your story, and for joining me. Yeah,
I love it. Thank you, everybody. We're hanging on. We're staying in.
Yeah, so if you're local to me and want to come see me at Bridgeport this weekend, again, it's Bridgeport Conference Center, Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 4. It's the Holistic Health and Wellness Fair. So in addition, if you want to share this video, you'll be entered into our team drawing at the end of the month for a $500 Visa gift card as well. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Elke. Thanks for interacting with us, and you have a wonderful day. All right.
Hi, everyone. Bye.
Thanks again, Mom. Love you.
Have a great day.
Thanks.